Still learning how to use this thing. It looks pretty good. It's so cool. Alright, so in today's video, it's a follow-up to the best MacBook Pro to buy in 2018. And today's video, I'm going to talk about how I get my MacBooks for so cheap and how I ultimately get a lot of my MacBook Pros for free. Essentially free. On Techno Eclipse, I'm Scott, and this camera is still sweet. That right there, that is Glenn Howerton. Okay, so this is how I get MacBook Pros for essentially free. So it helps to have something to start with to sell. So if you have a MacBook already, if you have another computer that you can sell, that's where you start. You look at selling something first. That's where I normally lean towards. So I already had a 13-inch MacBook Pro, and to get the 15-inch one, I'm selling that one, selling a monitor, and selling the computer that I used to have. I just don't use it. If I'm going to get a MacBook Pro that's that powerful, I don't really game. And like I said, it's got a discrete graphics card, so if I wanted to play some light gaming, I definitely could. It's not going to be 4K at 80,000 frames per second, but it'll be playable. It'll probably be able to do 1080p at 60 frames per second on low settings, maybe 720 if I have to. But that's fine. I don't really need anything else. I played Battlefront 2. Yeah, not the most recent one, the original 2005 version. So I don't really care about gaming too much, although I understand people do think about that as a thing. I'm more about editing a little bit of video and it just working and working well for my girlfriend. We got this camera, so she likes to shoot photos on it. I want to make sure it works well for her. So there are a lot of factors that go into it, but that's why I normally lean Macs, just because it's a little bit easier for everybody to understand, and it's just, I'm just comfortable with it. So how do I get them for free? Basically, it helps looking and not going on eBay, because eBay, the marketplace is so huge on eBay that I've always said that on eBay you might lose the 13%. So you might sell it for this right here, and then you get the 13% taken off, so then you get this, right? But if you go on Craigslist and try to sell, you might be asking this, and then the only cash you can get is this. So now this is what you would get for eBay, and this is what you get on Craigslist. So since the marketplace is so big, you normally can make up for that 13% loss. So there's just so many people fighting for so many different things because eBay is a huge marketplace. Craigslist, if you're in a small area like I am, relatively small, near Cleveland area, it's not the biggest area, but it's not going to really drive up the prices. It's anything that's going to shoot them down. So what I do is you got to be willing to drive. You got to be willing to look in places that are 3-4 hours away, because it's worth it if you have a free weekend and you just want to go visit. So we went to Columbus this last weekend, which is about a 2-hour drive from us. It's the capital of Ohio. And so we went there, and it's about a 2-hour drive. But I was willing to drive there to get that Mac Pro that I showed in the other video and to get my new MacBook Pro, because I knew that with that Mac Pro featured over there, if you want to just take a quick peek, that thing right there, and the monitor, that was $420, and I know that the monitor's worth about $300 and the computer's worth about, could be almost $700. I mean, I could realistically on eBay before fees, I could sell those all for close to $1,000. Might not get quite that much because that's a dual CPU, dual socket one. Those are a lot more valuable to a lot more people. So you're looking at $700 plus $300, and then after fees, I lose $130 and stuff like that. But like, I mean, well, with shipping, so I'd get, at the end of the day, I'd probably walk away with about $800. I bought that for $420. So that's $380. And that's not like me guessing and just like saying that. Those are kind of underestimates. I could see them selling for $1,200 if the computer goes for $900. So it's just knowing the computers. It's knowing where to look. So be willing to drive. Be willing to ask people. That guy was asking originally for that specific setup. I think he was only asking $500, I want to say. So then I asked him if he would move down to I think I asked him if he moved to like 350, and he said I'd go to 450. And I kind of knew he didn't want to budge that much. You can kind of tell people what they're willing to do. And I was like, if you do 400, I'll do it. I can come get it on Saturday. And he goes, I need 430. I was like, how about 420? And then we agreed on 420, and it worked out well for me. He got $420. Worked out well for him. He sold it for how much he probably wanted to, and I know I'm going to sell it for a lot more. And then with the MacBook Pro, it's a little bit broken. The bottom left part doesn't work. The battery needs replaced. It's a very simple fix. It's $50 to fix that myself, and I know I can do it. I'll just take my time. I'll watch a video and then just do that. So you're looking at making $380 there. Then I got my MacBook, computer, and monitor I'm going to sell for at least $600. So then that breaks even on that. I got $380 for the Mac Pro, and this camera was about $700. So if you're doing a quick little number crunch there, I upgraded my MacBook Pro to an i7 MacBook Pro with late 2013 with discrete graphics, 15-inch, 16 gigs of RAM. I got rid of one of my monitors because the 15-inch is going to be a lot bigger, so I can use that as my secondary display. And I got rid of the 13-inch, which was weak. Well, I'm getting rid of it. It'll sell eventually. And I'll sell all those for about $600. I'll be happy just to get 6. I know I could get more, but there's a point where I'm just let me just break even. I'll be fine. So after all is said and done, I'll get a camera for free. A nice one, a D5500, Nikon D5500, very nice camera with an extra lens, and a MacBook Pro 15-inch for free. I have to get rid of some stuff, but if I upgrade one thing, I don't need another computer. It's the desktop computer has less compute performance compared to this MacBook. So I don't really care if I have to get rid of the computer, both the computers I was using and one of the monitors, because the MacBook right here, I keep saying this, that MacBook right there, you can't really see it, this one, that MacBook will replace everything. So I don't need a desktop computer because I don't really game and I have no use for it. And the compute performance is actually a little bit worse on that compared to the MacBook Pro. So that's how I do it. You're smart about it. You find stuff that's cheaper than it should be. Look on eBay, just look at the sold listings, and then know your stuff a little bit. It helps to know something about these. Like, so I couldn't buy and resell cameras because I don't know, but I could buy and resell computers because I do know. So take advantage of what you know. Like, don't be afraid to take a little bit of a risk. Sometimes you might lose money. I've never personally lost money because I'm always very careful about it. But if you're not and you lose money, you took a chance. And what's wrong about taking a chance? There's no problem. I'd have no problem if I lost money on the Mac Pro. I know I won't. But if I lost money on the MacBook Pro, I knew that even if I lose money, I basically added $100. So if I only get $500, which I know I won't get, but if I only do for this MacBook Pro monitor and computer, then I'm looking at upgrading my MacBook for $100. It's very cheap and always almost free way to do it. Just be smart. Look on Craigslist, offer up, let go. Don't lowball people, but undercut them a little bit. If they're asking $8, give them $5.50. Say, I can meet cash. If they move down to $7, you know that they're willing to move a little bit. They probably want to get about $6.50. Just be smart about it. So that's how I get stuff at a really good discount, and a lot of the times free. Let me know what you guys do, and maybe I can make a full video explaining my whole process if you guys like to see that. Like, I could literally film everything from the texting to the meetup to the checking on eBay to all the stuff I would do to make sure that I'm making money on something. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section down below. I will see you in the next one. This camera's sweet. I love the blurred background. I think it looks better. I'm working on the lighting, and I think it looks cool. All right. See you guys.